Every description of God that I've heard holds God to be all-powerful, very typical, and all good. And then I look around and I see a tsunami that killed 250,000 people in Indonesia, an earthquake that killed 250,000 people in Haiti, and I see earthquakes and tornadoes and disease, childhood leukemia, and I see all of this and I say, I do not see evidence of both of those being true simultaneously.
God is good and all-knowing and all-powerful. Why would he give us nociceptors, right?
If there is a God, the God is either not all-powerful or not all good.
Why?
Can't be both. But I'm evidence.
He's evidence-driven. So tell us why. Why is God not both good and all-powerful? Because he doesn't do what you want. Please explain. Where's your evidence?
Driven more than I'm faith-driven. To be faith-driven is one thing, but to be faith-driven and try to create legislation on that affects other people who don't share your faith?
I just feel it in my heart that God doesn't do what I want, so he must not be good. And he doesn't do things the way I think he should, so he must not be all-powerful.
Right.
That's the beginnings of a theocracy. And we have evidence of what that is in the past. And our founding fathers specifically founded this country to prevent that from happening.
So one question that Neil has never answered is, where is the scientific evidence that proves that those things he listed should be categorized as bad? Why is it bad? How do you know it's bad? And if you're going to say that God can't be all good, how do you define good? How do you know what is good? What's the scientific evidence that defines what is good? In fact, if you ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, what is death? What happens after we die? He'll say nothing. Nothing isn't proof of anything. So death is neither good or bad according to his worldview, because if you die, nothing happens. You just cease to exist. And if you cease to exist, if nothing happens, then you can't make any conclusion about death being good or bad. So no, your little scenario here, God cannot be all powerful and all good, it doesn't work, because epistemologically you can't even define what good and bad is.